Uh, before we before that, I just wanted to remind you of just kind of the situation you're in temporarily, as in that it is becoming kind of late evening now. You were kind of prepared to camp out soon, so it is late. And just in terms of using the sending spell, that Mort did not have that prepared for today, and you're going to be using it tomorrow to like contact, do something else with the spell. So yeah, it's not ready for right now. You would have to take a long rest, and from where you are, Redonia is not that far away. So
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
so you remember
the
that.
guild is our last hope then.
But anyways, yeah.
If we want to tell them.
Oh, I think we've determined that it's probably a good idea. Just give them a fighting chance. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, Servant is the one who answers you.
Hello. This is the fire starters. We are in Redonia, and we were wondering. Well, we're outside Redonia. We were wondering, is there anything you have at the guild with anyone magical there to contact someone in Redonia right now?
They say yes, the guild wizard can do that easily.
Okay, thank God. Okay, so tell the guild wizard, this is very important, there are forces coming to attack Redonia. An elite force of very strong warriors is coming to attack Redonia now from the north.
They say understood.
Whoever inside Redonia that you know how to contact doesn't particularly.
Ask for their name.
Oh yes, of course. To whom am I speaking?
Well, no, this one we actually kind of probably do need their name in case, so that we can technically say, oh, we talked to yada yada.
Oh yes, of course.
This one
is
actually a little bit of important.
Their name is Deccan. 2 C's. This is a name that actually I think you've spoken to Deccan before, but you just didn't ask for their name. It happens.
Oh, I do have Deccan.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, it is
written
Deccan.
Down. I just Damn. Okay.
Maybe add some more detail to the message so that it's more believable.
See, my fear is that if we say it's only 5 people, they won't take it seriously.
Oh, but like add something like, I think we were barely able to evade their detection, or
oh yeah. If you're limited on words, just say that. But if you're able to include more, I just to cover our asses, maybe like we saw them from the distance, and they seem too strong for us to take on. Okay.
Yeah, Dickens is all right.
Okay, great. Thank you, Deccan.
Thank you, Deccan.
Okay, bye. And I hang up, and I'm like, okay, great. Let's camp out.
What does this guild communicator actually look like? Is it just like a magic stick, or
a rod?
Yeah. It's in the car.
Just like it's just
There's
like
an image of it as
rod.
well. Ever seen a blaze rod? Yeah, that would be my analogy.
Huh? That's like a picture of a glow stick.
Mm-hmm.
Or like bamboo.
What do you mean a glow stick? That's a picture of a guild communicator.
I'm from the Underdark. You think I don't know what glow sticks are? I'll have you
No,
know
dude,
the Drow perfected
does
chemical
it bend in the
illumination.
middle?
No,
Yes.
it is stiff. It is yeah, it's not flexible at all.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I think we should put a
I
bit
mean,
of
just like trying it a little bit. If you want to try and really break it, then
yeah.
We were told this is very expensive and we are not to break it, or we have to.
You snap it, and the guild demon falls out. There's a little demon in there with like a phone. Well, I think we should move away from this cave a bit, just in case somebody comes back looking for wherever those things came from.
How much time would we have before it gets really dark?
I think like 3 hours maybe.
I would
It's like
recommend. I would say
6
we
p.m.
go north maybe an hour or two, still, because there's still something we want to see northwards, and it gets us away from the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
And then camp out once we're like an hour or two north, unless we see anything beforehand.
Okay, let's do that.
The old sweep it under the rug tactic.
Hey, we did good. We warned them. I feel content with that course of action.
Oh no, the dog pissed on the carpet. It was the dog. Blame it on the dog. We've done nothing.
You
All right,
appease
so-
your moral core.
As you are traveling up north, it is getting a little bit darker, though that is also helping Janice see better. So you have kind of a there's a point when like everybody's vision is kind of bad, but then everybody else's vision gets bad and Janice's gets good. So
Yeah.
you're able to kind of start telling from the distance that what you're seeing is it seems to be some sort of fortification, not like a castle or anything, but like a military camp of some sort. There's some like wooden palisades around. It's on top of like a hill which is surrounded by some thick forest, and yeah, it seems to be some sort of like a military fortress or of some sort. You do see that you can tell that there's like lights, that there's like fire, so it's like controlled fire. So it is probably occupied by somebody right now.
Can we see any banners, namely Redonia banners?
No, I mean from this distance you won't be able to tell anything like that.
Uh-huh.
You can just kind of tell the general vibe of it, and that there are lights.
How
in
how
there.
big roughly is it? Like big enough to house a small army, or big enough to house a rowdy bunch of deserters?
Depends on your your definition of either one of those. It's like it's hard to say. Tillman, give us a perception check.
Is it like the size of like a building or a
I give
campus?
bardic inspiration, please. Oh, that's gonna be
You what's you have a D8, right?
I will just double check, but I believe so. Yes.
Oh, like you're gonna need it.
Well, I mean, good to know how many people
Woo!
exactly there is.
Okay, so that's a 33.
Yeah, so it seems like it is like a small like fort, with maybe some like camps around it. Like as I said, it's surrounded by the hill is surrounded by thick forest, so you don't know if there's anything outside of it. But looking at the hill fort, it seems like it would be maybe a maximum of like, well, it's a bit of a big variation, but like 50 to 100 people, probably.
And do I see organized activity? Like, are there patrols with torches walking around or something like that?
You don't see any of the lights moving.
Okay.
Are we there, or are we like looking at it from like an hour's distance away?
No, I mean you're looking at it from further than that. It'll
Okay.
take you like half a day still to get there.
Oh, okay. Then let's just sleep here.
So yeah, you're looking
Before-
at it from far away, which is why you don't see all the detail.
I would recommend we do a bit of recon with a little bit of bird magic. Anyone
It's happening.
feel up for flying over?
Ooh, I volunteer.
Sure. Just try not to get shot. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I can turn you into an owl. I won't turn you into like a giant owl because I think
Won't
that
it
would
be
be a bit
only for an
suspicious.
hour?
Yeah. So you make sure you only go half an hour flight over there, half an hour flight back. But you should be able to see a bit more.
Would that be possible distance-wise? Could he make it there in half an hour?
No, not all the way there. As close as you can get it within half an hour, and then an owl has pretty good vision itself.
Yeah.
In the dark, so you should be able to see a bit more and then circle back.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any way I can know when half the time is up?
Can
you-
carry a
no, you don't
little
get
timepiece
long
with
range.
him.
Do any of you have a little pocket watch that I can hold in my owl claws?
I don't know if you'd be able to read it as an owl.
Wait, can we get
You can-
alarm to work? Like,
Yeah.
That-
Do I have an egg timer?
That's actually a
Keen,
good idea.
we need the keen mind feat too.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about the spell alarm actually.
Oh.
Yeah, just put alarm on a rock after like a set time it goes off, or does it have to be near enough to you?
I think you can do
alarm.
something
Alarm
like
is
that.
No, alarm doesn't work like that. Alarm is
Burglars.
yeah. It's a like a motion sensor.
Mervyn, can you make like a little egg timer? Like I think that was Mort who
Yeah.
suggested that.
Yeah. Looking through my things.
Follow up. Well, separate question. Mort, do you have augury prepared? Augury? Yes, no, Mort? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear.
Mort?
Mort's video.
Okay.
Yeah.
KK?
A little garbled on my side, but I think
Do you have
fine.
augury?
I can understand you.
Do you have augury, Mort?
Yes, I can sit down and calculate for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no. Actually, that won't work because it's the next next hour or half an hour, I forget. But we wouldn't be able to get there in time.
So I don't. I think it would probably to create a timepiece dupe. It would. I seems like I would just roll like Tinker's tools, right? Or is this something that like definitely could not happen within like the next half hour?
So what like what are you doing?
I guess making some sort of alarm device. Maybe it's like a clock with cogs. Maybe I know that would require. I don't know much about old-timey alarms. I know you can do that thing where it's like there's a candle and then there's like a little spark thing.
Wouldn't it be easier to make a sand timer if we had the resources? or like some variant of
Yeah,
it.
but
Oh yeah.
well, it needs to be something I can carry.
Yeah.
As an owl, it needs to time exactly half an hour, and then it needs to let me know maybe by like making a noise or vibrating or breaking open. Could you, I don't know, cut a fuse into a length so that it burns for half an hour or something?
Yeah, I feel like a sand timer would work, and then maybe there's like a weight at the bottom that when the amount of sand that is half an hour, it does something. I don't know.
But
Can I make some sort of alarm with Tinker's tools, or do I have to describe to you exactly how it functions?
I mean, you would have to describe exactly how it functions, because we need to also determine stuff like whether the owl can carry it, or and where it is something that can be carried, and will it keep time while somebody's flying and throwing it around
Yeah.
at the same time, these kinds of things. So
It's
Okay.
magic.
So,
I mean, it is not magic. That's the thing.
No.
If
So-
you're doing a
Yeah,
non-magical,
it's Tinker's tools. Yeah.
well, what about some
non-magical
inherent
little
ability?
thing.
How about we can't do this today, but at least you can't go very far. I'll also point out my question was the fort is a half a day's walk away. We have a half-hour flight on an owl. I don't think we're getting that much about the fort per se tonight. Just as a first note aside. Could I, because I can hold my breath underwater for 1 hour, can I just sit there holding my breath? When I think I need to breathe soon, I just grab somebody that has messenger sending, and they yell at and then they message our owl, "Hey, get down now!"
But the problem is we don't have the messaging. I mean, if we had a long range message, but I mean, alternatively, I have detect magic. I don't know. Can I cast detect magic as an owl?
I don't think so. Polymorph doesn't let you do your normal abilities.
You have the capabilities of an owl.
Yeah, you maintain
Can we
maintain
reach-
your like personality and your mental acuity, but
I have an idea.
yeah, it's yeah, you retain your alignment and personality, but otherwise it is you basically just have all the abilities of the creature you are turning into, and nothing of your own.
I have an idea. Perfect idea. So we sit here and we time it. And at the 20-minute mark, I will cast Skywrite ritually, and I will draw.
No.
I will
Everybody
draw like.
can see Sky, right? So
I
they
know that's why
that
it's gonna
someone
be
was
like
out there.
the shape of like I don't know, like a kitty cat or something. I'll make like a cloud that looks like something. It won't be words.
Well, I
But
can just estimate the time, and if I'm wrong by a bit, it doesn't matter because I can just
Fly
slow
low
my
to the
own
ground
fall.
at the end.
Or I can just cast levitate and gently descend to the ground.
Actually, I've got a much better idea. Deep, are there any flying animals nearby us?
You're gonna cast speak with animals and get them to do our bidding.
Yeah.
Okay, could I just use a spell slot to cast speak with animals? Well, which kind of animal, so I can speak the right language?
Oh yeah.
I mean, speak with animals is speak with animals. That is the language.
Okay, sure. I
It's
can't
animals.
speak with animals.
Well, there was this whole thing about giant eagle versus eagle, so forgive him.
Duke's now said that I can speak to the animal that's there. It doesn't really matter what it's there. I'm speaking with animals. It's an animal. I'd like to try and persuade it to.
I mean, but let's establish what animal you're trying to talk to, though. Like, what kind? Are you talking to birds? Are you talking to a bug? Are you talking to what are you?
A bird.
Sure.
Some
okay.
kind of bird that's there.
Okay. You find a bird, a small bird.
Yeah.
I don't know birds, so it's one of those small.
I don't.
It's a
think
small
Probably
small
birds that,
bird.
there's like birds that like nest on the ground in plains and like make their nests out of the grass.
Or I could just shout up to a bird in the middle of the air. But yeah, I'd like to try and persuade a bird to come down here so I can offer it a deal. Let's start with that. 'Cause-
Or I
if
mean,
I can persuade them in one roll to go there and scout and come back, then even better. But I do plan on offering some food as like an incentive.
That eagle was dumb as shit, though. They're not gonna be able to like describe the camp in detail.
How many people were there?
I mean,
Okay, please just
you can.
turn Janice into
There's
an owl.
you don't need to persuade an animal or anything. You can talk to them. So you have a bird and you're talking to them now. They say hi. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, they're just like, what's up?
Um,
Yeah, I'm good. All's good.
And you
What up, friend?
go over to that fire, those lights over there, and those people, and tell me how many there are.
The bird says, why would I do that?
I can give you some food if you do.
They say, I have plenty of food.
My food is really good food. You would be really foolish to pass off on this opportunity.
You can roll a persuasion check.
Yay. Persuasion. And that instantly becomes a 20.
Yeah, so the bird says, sure, give me some food right now and I'll go. And what do you want to know?
How many people are there?
Okay.
And then I'll give. What food do I have? Some rations. Some biscuits from rations. They have like dry biscuits in rations, so I'll give some biscuit.
I
Sure.
thought that was like post payment.
So the bird eats up some of the biscuit and and flies off to the north.
And then I suppose we wait. Or no, does anyone want to do anything in the meantime?
No.
What are you like? How long are you planning to wait? Are you not going to be sleeping?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get ready for. I mean, Todd is always awake. When the bird comes back, Todd can nudge us awake because I assume the bird's gonna try and go all the way there and all the way back, which will probably. Oh no, that'll take a day.
The bird flies faster than we do. We do walk.
Oh, you're
So
right.
we don't fly.
So it'll probably take the bird several hours anyways.
We could probably get a long rest in. Maybe. I'm hoping.
Okay, okay, so let's get ready for bed, go to sleep, and then Todd will wake us up when the bird comes back. If the bird comes back while we're sleeping.
And Todd look upwards.
I can do that too.
Oh right, Janice doesn't need to sleep as long.
Even
so you
better.
can just do that. Yeah, perfect.
Let me know when. Yeah, wake me up and let me know when you can see the bird so that I can cast a spell again to speak back with him and understand.
And then if you
Okay.
need to go to sleep, just trade off with Ann Loss because she also just needs to trace.
But she, yeah, okay. I'll just.
I just wanted to mention, in terms of Todd, I don't think that's one of Todd's capabilities. Todd cannot just
Really?
no,
Okay.
like I don't think that's within Todd's abilities to like look for a bird and wake you up.
Okay.
Todd is not a butler. He's not a magical servant. Those are different things. So
Okay.
we cannot give that ability to Todd.
Well, can he do like pre-programmed tasks?
Todd does what Mervin commands, but there's limits to that capability as
so
well. Because
if you see-
again, it is just we are getting into a situation where we are applying abilities that are not stated in what the capabilities of the Steel Defender is, but which are abilities specifically that you can get from other sources. So
Okay, because I
that's the big line here, as always.
I was thinking back to when we were in the Underdark at the pool, and we had like specific commands that we tried to get Todd to fetch the stuff underwater, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
stuff like that is definitely within
It's more of a
possibilities.
skill,
Like
I'd say.
if like Mervin is there and commanding, hey, go down there and get something and come up.
Okay,
That is definitely a thing you can do, but not like, hey, stand there and look for a bird, and if a bird comes in, then wake us up and stuff like that.
Yeah, the second one seems to require Todd to have his own independent judgment, which he does not.
Yeah.
All right. So then we go to sleep.
Tiny hut.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was gonna ask, is there gonna be a tiny hut? All right, you all tiny hut and go to sleep.
I'm gonna keep watch.
So when are you going to be sleeping, Janice?
Well, I'm gonna wait 4 hours, and then I'm going to go into my trance. Yeah. Does the bird return within and do I wake Anlos? I don't know. Does the bird return within the 4 hours?
I mean, uh, I was asking you when you're gonna be doing the trance. So you're saying you're staying awake for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that afterwards.
You
And
could probably go to sleep if you have to go to sleep for like a small amount of time. Do that at the start because it's more likely to not return at the start.
Yeah, but I think a long rest, you can't like split it up really. I can't.
No. I mean, like, do your how long do you have to sleep for?
4 hours.
Yeah, so do that at the end. Like, we sleep 8 hours, so just be awake 4 hours and then sleep 4 hours at the end.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Or is it the other way around? Sleep
No,
first.
that's correct.
I don't know. Elves.
I'm just gonna stay awake for now, while the rest of everyone lies down and sleeps or pretends to sleep or whatever Anlos does.
I mean, I do believe you can break up your long rest.
Yeah, but it's
hold on.
like you can take a guard shift in the night, but I don't think I could take like 2 hours and then be awake for 6 and then take the other 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like within reason. Like you probably take a 2-hour break.
Yeah, I mean everyone can like within that 8 hours. It is kind of weird because it's like you have to sleep for 8 hours, but then you can also do some other stuff within that 8 hours. But anyways, like everybody can like do something other than just sleeping. You can stand watch or read a book or whatever. But yeah. I mean, I don't really see any reason why, especially Janice couldn't break that sleep up, the trance up. what does it say in about the elf trance? It's not like it doesn't say that it's
Elves don't need to sleep. Instead, they meditate deeply, remaining semi-conscious for 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day doesn't say continuous, so I guess
yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, like I think it's the specific ruling for long rest is that if it's interrupted by at least 1 hour of strenuous activity, so more than just sitting,
Okay.
then it gets interrupted. But otherwise, it doesn't. So I would say that if you are like just staying in the tiny hut and just vibing, then you can
I'll
break that
just
4 hours up to, well, we'll keep it within reason that you can't just like
1
do
minute
1
awake,
minute.
1 minute asleep.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm not sure we should complicate things. Let's just have Anlos trances the first 4 hours, and then if the bird doesn't come back, then you wake Anlos and you trance. And then
or I can trance for 2 hours and then wait for 4 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna stay awake for 4 hours because I think the bird is gonna be back within 4 hours. I'm not good at estimating bird flight speeds, but like,
given that you've never seen a bird before.
well, I mean, I've seen birds. I mean, I helped interrogate an eagle. I know what a bird is.
I meant like before you came to the circus, you've never seen a bird.
But the way I see it, either it's gonna come back very soon, or it's gonna. I mean, animals don't have a conception of time beyond like day night, probably. So maybe the bird comes back in like a day and is like, I went on this grand quest to fulfill your mission.
I counted every single human I could encounter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stay away for 4 hours, and then I'll decide what to do then.
Oh, all right. I just realized one thing I should mention about resting, which is actually important here for your little plan, is that one of the things that does break up resting is
Spellcasting.
yeah. Although it's more if it's like a lot of spell casting. So I think you can pull off one spell.
One level 1 spell.
Will the level 1
like you
spell
can.
come out for the spell slots of the following day or the previous day?
Okay, it's one level 1 spell slot.
It's the
Yeah.
previous day because you regain your spell slots at the beginning or at the end of the rest. But you can a reasonable amount of spell casting is okay. But yeah, so you get to sleep. Everybody goes to sleep. Anlos, as usual, is also like is not like I would say that trancing for an elf looks a little bit different because you are like
as a
semi-conscious.
Yeah, I like sit in a lotus position, and I always find it really weird that Anlos pretends to be a human and like lie down.
Yeah, although I mean that is that is not like completely
Maybe Anlos
not
sleeps in like corpse position.
yeah, like it's not
as befitting a necromancer or whatever she is.
Yeah, it's not unheard of for like an elf to actually like lay down and trance like that. So but yeah, anyways, Anlos does that as opposed to whatever Janice does.
Anlos does what she thinks is imitating a human sleeping, which is like lying perfectly straight, and then the rest of us are like,
No, she looks quite natural at sleeping. So yeah, it takes some hours. Janice is just like, what do you do? What are you doing in that hut while you're not sleeping?
I'm fascinated by the night sky because to me it is very bright, and I assume that like the dark vision means that the light spectra that I can see as a drow is a bit wider than what normal humans can see, so I can see like galaxies and all sorts of stuff. That's really fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the night sky would possibly look a little bit different. Although, yeah, I mean, in light you see the same way as everybody else. So, but yeah. So you're just stargazing, and then eventually a little bird that looks quite familiar comes flying about and is just circling the tiny hut.
I poke Feared with my foot.
I.
Oi!
Oh,
I think
is the
it's
bird back? Okay. I cast speak. No, I have to because tiny hut is constant. No, it's not concentration.
It's not
otherwise I would be
concentration.
You
asleep.
just can't leave it. You can. I think you can poke your head out or something.
I don't know. Either way, I cast speak with animals and say, "Hello, bird. How many people work there?" Or is it too far away?
No. It is. I think speak with animals is just. It doesn't have any range. It's just you speaking.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like,
do.
to hear me, it being too far
No,
away.
no. It can hear you. So, sorry. What did you ask?
So, hello, bird. How many people were there then?
The bird says, "Hello, people. I think I saw like 10."
Okay, and
What's the highest number you've ever heard of?
I think it's not 10. We get there.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
50.
just reminded of like little kids who are like, oh, it's a really big number. There's like 100. Like, why? Oh, yeah, that's the biggest number I know.
how many? Can you know how many of us there were? You saw us all earlier, yeah?
The bird says, "Yeah."
And so there was us and another version of us there, in terms of numbers.
So you're speaking to animals. So you're speaking the bird's language. So you don't need to dumb it down.
Okay, so there were twice as many of us.
It already said there were about 10.
Wow. Okay. I've just okay. Did you
Well-
see silver stuff or shiny stuff near the people?
Is this much shiny? Yes.
Were they wearing shiny stuff?
I don't know
Wrapped
what
with shiny
wearing
stuff?
is.
Were they wrapped with
Were they
shiny-
adorned in shiny feathers?
It says, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that.
Okay.
Did they have food? Did they have good food?
Well,
I'm
you
not gonna ask them
asked
that.
specifically how many were
Yeah.
there. I'm
So
making sure
getting
you-
a bit of bonus that they have in fact got weapons is probably the best I'm going to get. Thank you for the information. Here is a little bit more of that same ration. I can't get it through. I'm gonna have to roll the like bit of cookie outside.
I can do it.
Even
I can-
better, yeah. If you can give it to the.
I will hold it on my hand and like Disney princess it to this bird.
Yeah, the bird comes and snatches it and just flies away.
Bye.
And then gets I think I think owls sometimes hunt like small birds. So a random owl comes in and eats the other bird.
Have you seen the video of like two? I think it's pigeons or something in like a nest with like a night cam, and then an owl just swoops in silently, takes one of them off, and then the other one's just there. Like, what happened? It kind of gives me that vibe.
Or there's the video where they're like releasing the bird they nursed back to health into nature.
Yeah.
Like a hawk just.
Honestly, we're lucky that it managed to get back to us. I
In
was
the
half
night,
expecting
like-
it to be. I was
to
half expecting it
to
be
forget
killed.
halfway through what it was doing.
I thought
Alright.
it would have been killed, but hey, we got information. Sure. I go back to sleep then.
Okay. Yeah, I stay
Alright.
awake until it's time for me to trance, and then I sit down in my lotus position and what's it? Yeah, trance.
Yep.
What did
Okay,
I-
you have all taken a long rest, so you can regain your stuff or prepare new spells or whatever you want to do, dependent on your class, of course.
Shit, sorry.
I get to pick new spell.
I'm picking up message.
Yay!
So if you want to send any messages now, we can.
Yes, I will write the exact words I have for.
Sending is
Not
the spell you
message,
need.
sending,
Yeah,
sending, yeah.
sending is the spell. Yeah, message is the cantrip.
That I have. I'd say unless we're sending a message to we're sending. Yeah, we are sending a message to the people in Rodonia. We hold
Yeah.
off because
Looking
Oh, you
Looking
want?
back-
I was talking about Yar. Do you want?
yeah, that
that
can
we-
wait until the end of the day because
Okay, that's fine.
he might need his spell slots between
You're
now
right.
and then.
Right.
Looking back, can we see Redonia?
Oh yeah, is it on fire?
Yeah, is there like just a giant pillar of smoke on the horizon?
Yeah, you can't see any giant pillars of smoke.
Fantastic. I'm gonna assume everything's perfectly all right.
Mission accomplished.
We've done our part.
Why are we headed towards the camp again?
We were told at
Because-
one point that there's deserters, and we apparently love fighting people, and we love getting money even more than fighting people, and
I
they
thought-
probably have money.
I thought we were hoping that the
Curiosity.
deserters were like practitioners of the old religion and therefore would know something.
Yeah,
about
and they
it.
could
No,
help
they just
you.
don't want to fight. That's what
And
we.
Right, but that might have been a
Curiosity
cover
is-
story.
Something that we just. But are these the deserters? Because I thought he said they were just north of the lake or something, and this is like pretty far.
It's just north of the lake, just a bit north of the lake. Either way, he did say that he was dealing with it and that he'd already sent men, so that is a little concerning. We haven't seen any of their men, but there's only
Oh yeah.
because he said that they'd sent like a group of soldiers to like deal with them, and I don't see a group of soldiers. Neither did the bird. The bird just saw a small amount of 10 people, so leaves me a little bit concerned.
Okay, well, how about we approach? So the bird yesterday made it there and back in like 3 hours, 3.5
Something like
hours.
that. Something
Yeah.
like that.
So, how about we approach? We this base is like 6 hours away or something like that, half a day.
Yep.
Okay, how about we go like till 10:30 or 11 until we're like an hour or two away, and then we turn me into a bird and I check it out.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a 4th level spell slot that I then don't have if we choose to engage. But overall, should work.
Oh, you know what? I take it back. Let's get right up on there, and then we can do sneaky stuff in there. Like I prepared invisibility, and Janice is really good at sneaking. I think we can do reconnaissance like from right outside.
What level is invisibility?
Second.
Okay, because I mean, if I'm invisible, I can like probably.
Oh no, I was thinking like one person is invisible, and then you are like good on your own because you're so sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather go at night if we're sneaking, but I guess. Yeah, maybe.
I think it'll be fine. There's lots of walls and stuff.
We can see, but we're going there. We're just gonna start heading for this camp then, I guess.
All right. Andlos chimes in and says, "Yeah, I can do that as well. I can turn you invisible as well if you need."
Oh, then I can prepare.
How many of
different
us? Out of interest.
One.
One at a time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not going to prepare invisibility because Antlos got that covered.
Yeah, I mean, a general point. Remember that you can always like discuss what you're preparing with each other and kind of communicate what's up.
No,
the plan for the day.
Yeah.
Ella says, "Well, you know, I can do, as I said, I can do all these sorts of illusion tricks. So, yeah, several different kinds of spells."
Thank
Yeah,
you,
well-
Anlos.
But I also at one point asked you if you could make giant balls of fire, and you
I'll be
said
right back.
yes. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're meaning you can make a small illusion that looks like a ball of fire, then I'm gonna call myself a little bit bamboozled for inviting you along on this adventure, because I was anticipating real fire. So which one is it gonna be, Amos? Real fire, or no, or just the image of fire that is in a ball, and thereby technically achieving what I asked you in my original question during our interview process.
Anlos looks at you and looks kind of like really offended, and then just starts doing hold on. Yeah, starts doing like these complicated hand motions and says a few magic words and then just like shroom, a fireball comes out and flies into the side of one of the hills and explodes and stuff stuff like kind of ignites there and quickly dies off. It's not like wildfire or anything, but yeah, there was a big fire explosion, and Anla says, "There, you happy?"
Oh, that was wonderful. I was just confused because last time we had some potential baddies show up, you just disappeared. And my response is always burn things down, chop them down, use my big old stick. And you were like, nah, I'm gonna just back my way out of this cave. But seeing that, restore some hope, seeing the invisibility, the willingness to share, it's all fantastic. I just would like to make it clear, some of us, points to more to myself, get up and get dirty in the front of the battle. And we appreciate people who don't just hide and run away. Capiche?
How to get fireballed in your sleep, 101.
Don't worry,
And-
Anlos.
and
You can
Anlos
stay.
says-
You can stay at the back with me. and
That's
have-
fine, as long as you still participate. This is a group project, okay? No one's just...
And Anlos says, "I hired you specifically so I wouldn't need to do these things."
you hired.
Hired?
You asked if you could join. There has been no. If you were going to pay me money, then by
No,
all
we said-
means, run away, and I'll fight things.
No, she said she was going to pay us money. I remember that.
I wasn't here for that session, so
I
don't know.
thought
She hasn't paid us
she
money
wanted
yet.
to tag along, and then there was some Nigerian prince story about how she didn't have access to her bank account. or
Oh,
something.
right.
Exactly.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
And as long as my salary's on layaway, I'm not going to be nearly as aggressive as I in battle as I could be for you. If you got any nice trinkets you want to share, that could certainly be a deposit in the aggressive, total fighting master of your dreams. But until then,
And Atlas says, like I've said before, until we reach Lynn, I cannot help you.
yeah.
Okay. Did you ask Anlos if she has any healing spells? I'm guessing the answer is no.
Why would we ask that? That would be useful information.
I mean, you're asking it if you're like communicating this
Yeah.
right now, then you are asking it because you don't have
Well,
any
I was-
telepathic
I was
link
just-
with your other people.
I was gone for a minute, so I wanted to make sure I didn't repeat anything. Okay. Anlos,
Oh, yeah,
do you
yeah,
have any
yeah.
healing spells?
Alice says, no, I know a few tricks on how to like maybe
With the
prevent
illusion that we're
some.
not actually injured.
False light.
Maybe prevent some damage, but I'm not a healer, no.
Great, awesome. I think it's so funny that wizards are the only class that have no healing spell. So
If they did it, they would be completely broken.
yeah, I know.
And
but
there's a
it's-
case to be
it's-
made that they already are, but hey.
Well, it's funny that like that's not the case for any of the other spellcasters. Like the others, like there should be other spellcasters that don't have
Yeah, but I
access to
mean,
any-
D&D as a game is unbalanced on purpose in several ways. Like, Fireball being a 3rd level spell is not balanced, but it's just so iconic that it's...
Yeah. It's perfect.
Goodberry is really, really strong for a 1st level spell. Healing Spirit is probably one of the best healing spells in the game. So there's lots of stuff that's really good.
I like how the ones who output a lot of damage are also the ones that are toughest. Like
Biggest
the-
damage
like-
numbers
like-
take the least damage numbers.
well, it's just like the fighters and the monks and like the non spellcasters.
The melees.
The
Martial
melees. They
arts.
do the most damage and they can take the most damage. So why would you ever play a spellcaster? But of course, those are the fun ones.
Yeah, so I
To
also
have all the
yeah.
spells.
So as our beefy guy, I also have the least I can do in any given. Like I have slightly more versatility with like being a sentinel, so I can like defend you guys, intercept. But otherwise, I am essentially doing nothing if I'm not moving forward trying to attack. So I kind of need to be a little bit thick. See, can't do it.
All right, I guess we head
That's not
towards
true. You could do flips and kicks and stuff, right?
My acrobatics is okay. My athletics is great. So,
Right. All right. Let's
yeah, acrobatics is well.
scout it out.
Let's roll it out.
Yep. So, yeah, you start traveling up north towards the camp. You can't you can't really see too much more detail on the way there. You see that there is you kind of confirm everything you've heard so far as you close in. The hills that you were traveling on quickly turn into this thick forest that is surrounding the camp. So you kind of lose visibility of the thing, and end up in this really thick forest where like it's hard even to like move across it. So it is it seems like this fortress has been built in a place where it can be surprisingly easily ambushed. Like they probably don't have much visibility about what's going on around them either. So you're able to approach the fortification quite stealthily. You end up at a place where you're pretty sure there's no way that anyone from there could see you. Currently, you're close enough to the place. You can't see it either. You can just see the foot of the hill. But yeah, you're now near the place.
How near? Like, walk there in 10 minutes or shouting
Walk
distance?
there in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like you're really close. Yeah, like you can just if you walk a little bit further, you'll just end up outside of the forest and
Invisible time.
Well, yes. Do we want to scout ahead?
Yes.
Should I go alone? Do you want to come with me, Mervyn, or any of you others?
I have armor that is not suitable for scouting purposes.
I think you're fine. Actually, no, you're fine. You're fine. Just yell really loud
If something happens. Okay.
if something happens.
Yeah. I will
I'm going to give bardic
limber
inspiration before you
myself.
leave as well.
What?
I'm giving bardic inspiration before you go.
Okay. I will unlimber
you could give them,
myself.
like, enhance ability is a spell, isn't it?
You
Yeah,
have that?
but I don't have it.
Does anyone have pass without trace?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
And loss? Do you know the spell pass without trace? I know we already discussed what you would prepare for the day, but just as in the future.
And Anlos says, no, that is something that it's a druidic art. I don't know any of those.
Yeah.
Is it really true?
It's a druid spell.
Okay.
What is?
Pass
Pass
without
without
trace.
a trace.
Oh.
Well, I'll do my best then. And I will start sneaking through the forest.
So you're invisible?
Mervyn, are you making me invisible?
And loss is going to make you invisible.
And Loss is making me invisible. Okay, and how long does that last?
I traded out invisibility for spider climb.
Take
But
guidance as well.
Invisibility is an hour.
Unless I attack or get attack or take damage, right?
You are invisible until anything you're wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on your person, and the spell ends if you attack or cast a spell.
Yeah.
So you can technically do anything else than attack or cast a spell, but
Okay.
yeah.
I have a question regarding attack. Would interacting with an object which then causes someone damage count as attacking? Like, let's say
Depends.
you
I
cut
mean,
a rope
if it
and then it dropped a rock on
depends.
someone's head.
It depends on the situation whether it is an attack or not.
Launching a catapult. Attack.
Setting a bomb down and then walking away and then detonating it, it's not an attack. But throwing a bomb at them, that's an attack.
I just lit my lighter. That's all I was doing.
I just gently place this dagger down, tip down into the sky. It's not an attack. I
I
just put it
sheathed
away.
my blade into him.
What's that? Okay.
Whose are these?
I was testing out something here in the background.
Should we assume that
nothing-
this is how Anlos thinks?
No.
No, those are way too nice. My piety sometimes leads me to blindly trust those. Yeah, right.
No, I was just testing out a thing here.
Okay.
What are the
Um,
numbers for?
Those
Like,
are the
what are
rolls.
they?
Oh.
those are the rolls.
Oh,
There's a personality traits
Again,
table that
Don't worry
forget
about
about it. Don't worry about it. It's not
Oh, my
relevant.
But I need
Okay,
to know.
so I will start sneaking through the woods then, invisibly. Mort, did you cast guidance on me?
yes.
Okay, and then I
Another
will.
short time, or no?
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, I
Just in
assume it's
case.
like for my stealth check. Should I make a stealth check?
Yeah. If you are trying
Do I get
to
it?
be stealthy.
Do I get advantage if I'm invisible, or is that just like a thing that is?
No, you don't get any advantages. I mean, you are invisible. That is your advantage already. You don't get any invisibility, like roll advantage or anything.
Okay.
Invisibility is in fact one of the like prerequisites for you being able to sneak in the first place because you need to be unseen.
So that's an 18.
Do
You
you
know
want to
what?
use your
You
bardic
have bardic
inspiration?
inspiration.
Oh, I have bardic inspiration. Yeah, I'm gonna use that too.
I like how every single the time we try to rack up as many extra stuff as possible.
I mean, I rolled really badly on that stealth.
But you're
So,
at 6.
so that's what 24, 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Through the power of teamwork, your low roll is mitigated
Yay.
to a degree.
Um,
Both of them to all roll nat 20s on
yeah.
their perception.
So you're saying you're sneaking through the woods, but like, are you going towards the fort or
You should just walk right in.
are you just?
Yeah, I'm going towards
there.
straight towards the fort, keeping my eye out for traps and guards and things like that.
Yep. All right. Hold on. Just a second. Let me those out. Yeah, I just wanted to remove the tokens there. I'm gonna move you, Tillman, to a new map.
Oh yeah.
So you can see visually like what it is, as I describe it. So yeah, you arrive at this big sort of hill, with this fortification at top of it. You can see that there's these guard post things, these tower things. They're not really tall. They're like just platforms for like archers to stand on. There's yeah, and it just keeps going up. You can't see everything about it from the bottom of the hill.
My internet decided to go to just. Wait, what's starting that? Okay, I'm looking up at this fort, and I'm at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see
Give me a minute.
or people?
Yes.
And what do they look like? Do they look like soldiers, or do they look like deserters or bandits, or?
They look like soldiers. Yes.
Okay. On this map, I'm like somewhere down here, or?
Yeah, I mean you're at the bottom of the hill in the south.
And
But you don't need to think about it so specifically right now.
Okay. And is there like an obvious entrance where I can walk in?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right, yes.
Yeah, and
there
is it guarded? Are there like dudes with spears hanging out, or is it more
Yeah,
relaxed?
there are guards everywhere, or like people everywhere with weapons and armor.
How many people? Are there 10 or are there more?
From the bottom, you can see only a couple.
Okay. I would like to try to sneak through, or first of all, there's like a palisade separating these levels, and then there's like a hill in front of it. Does that look like something I could climb easily?
No, no.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak through the main entrance. Or first
Yep.
take a look at how possible this looks. Like, do I think I could just walk through, or are they actively paying attention and stuff like that?
I mean, they seem to be paying attention actively, but you are invisible. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just walk through.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk through then.
Yeah. You're pretty proficient at like moving silently. And and so yeah, being invisible is a big help. So yeah, you get further inside. You see that there's like the hill just keeps going. It's pretty steep in the sense that while you're down here, you can't really see exactly over the next ridge. But you can again tell that there's more people here. So far, you've already counted 10 people right here. There's like yeah, you see more of these platforms, more of these palisades going around, and you also see a big ballista right there as a big siege engine.
Okay. Is there like a group of people standing around a fire or doing nothing? Like, is there a group of soldiers that are relaxing that I could eavesdrop on?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I'd like to go over to them, and not for a long time, but just like get an idea of what they're talking about. Are they talking about like boring stuff, or is there anything interesting they mention?
They are just talking about like the day, how it's going. They don't seem to be mentioning anything too interesting.
And do I get the idea that these are like are they employed soldiers? I mean, I don't know how I would
Yes, I
tell between a
mean,
deserter and a soldier, but
yeah. I mean, they seem to be they seem to be trained fighters. Their gear doesn't seem to be in like the best shape. You notice.
okay.
So they've probably been here for a while now.
hmm is the way further up guarded more, or is now that I'm in this camp, are there no more guards, like checkpoints or anything?
It's less guarded, yeah.
Okay.
People are mostly just kind of milling about.
Okay. And what is this structure up here? Is this like a wall?
No, that's a building, but you can't really get to it just yet unless you're like, are you going up completely up the hill?
Well, that's what I was thinking about. Is there anybody by this scorpion? I want to go up to the scorpion, or the ballista.
No, there's nobody there right now.
Okay.
It's on a bit of a raised platform, so you get up a few steps of a
Okay.
ladder. It's a raised platform so that it can fire over the palisades that are around it.
And this wall or this hill and this wall here, you said that this would be very difficult for me to climb if I can do it at all.
I mean, I didn't say it was very difficult. You asked if it was easy. I said it was not easy.
I know someone who would have no issue climbing something.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean,
but yeah, it would not be it would
I
not
can't
be
traverse
trivial
it
to try
like
and
it were heavy,
and
like it were difficult terrain. I can't just.
No, I mean you'd have to start doing some acrobatics to kind of get up there, and then trying to climb up the palisade would be actually somewhat difficult because there isn't really exactly anywhere to grab onto.
Now, specifically, the invisibility says me and my gear. So, is the grappling hook and the rope that I have also invisible?
They are invisible while they are like in your possession on your person. If you were to throw a grappling hook, it would not be invisible anymore.
Okay.
But okay, so I'm just gonna again say that there aren't that many like people guarding anything here. You are invisible. You could just walk up there.
I'm just gonna straight up walk up to here. Do I see anything more notable?
No, you see more people though. So far your count is up to like 20.
Okay. I will ascend to the next level then.
Yep. So it's like a small like wooden fort, and it's like the only semi-permanent building here, and yeah, it seems to be something that can be used as like a fortification. There's probably, you would guess that that's where all the people are sleeping inside as well.
Okay, I haven't seen any like tents outside.
No.
Okay. And the fortification, it has like gates or something. Are they also open?
No, the doors are closed.
But it has solid walls. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Could I, or how difficult would it be for me to climb to the top of this structure?
The structure itself is pretty tall, and it is also like the walls are. There's nothing to grab onto on the walls again.
Okay.
Plus, also at the top, it does do the thing where I forget what the word for it is, but the top is like coming out.
Wider.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be, it would be
very difficult.
You would not be able to do it without any tools, for sure.
And I can't spellcast. But there is like a door to get into this place? Or is there like a gate? Okay.
A big door.
And are there people regularly going in and out of it?
No, you haven't seen anyone open it yet.
Okay. Can I take a quick lap around it to see if there are any other entrances?
Yeah, it seems like that's the only. There's only one door inside.
Okay. Approximately how much time has passed since I got here?
10 minutes or something like that. You still got time.
Yeah. Then I want to go to the main gate and stand there, ready to slip in should someone open it, and wait, like, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Yep. You wait there. Nobody's going in or out. You can hear that there's voices coming from the inside. You can't tell what they are saying. But there is some people are inside there as well.
Okay. And there's no guards outside.
No, there's nobody like posted at the
Yeah.
door or anything. There are people like in the vicinity though, so if you were to like open the door, they might
might
like if
notice.
they looked, they would see that it's opened.
Uh-huh. And what are these things? Are they like guard towers or?
Yeah, like they are the small platforms. They go like again, they go so that you can like shoot arrows from above the palisade.
Okay. And how high is this structure in feet, would you say? Or in
feet?
let's say in floors. Is it like 2 stories tall, 1 story tall?
Yeah, it's like 2 stories tall.
Okay. And does it have windows in it?
No.
Do I see like guards' heads peeking up over the wall? Are there like patrols on the inside?
No, you don't see any people on top.
Okay, well, nothing risked, I guess. Nothing gained. I'd like to go over to the back, like here-ish. Walk around. And can I attempt to throw a grappling hook up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really need to probably roll for that. It's an easy enough throw.
Yeah. So I will do that and wait maybe a minute to see if anybody noticed it. And if nobody did, or if I don't hear like shouting going up, I will attempt to climb that rope.
So as you're waiting, you do hear somebody up top shout out that there's some sort of rope here.
Okay. I'm gonna rather quickly walk back around to the main entrance. And like be ready to dart inside if somebody opens the door.
Yep.
Or not like be ready, but like position myself in the area.
So as you're waiting there, you start to hear more like shouting going about. You can hear from the inside that somebody's shouting to like find the intruder and like find out what's going on. And
can we hear this or hear anything from where we are?
No. It's just Janice. So yeah, they're just shouting like find the intruder, and one of the guards above you as well comes or one of the soldiers comes and shouts out into the rest of the camp. Shouts out that we have an intruder here, and everybody kind of goes on alert and starts like looking around, looking for somebody. People are closing in on your position. Nobody has opened the door yet.
Okay.
They clearly don't know where you are, but they are like looking around, just sweeping the area, and they're getting close.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to go down back to the level with the scorpion or the ballista.
Yep, you make it there just fine. Everybody here is all like looking around, trying to find out who's in here.
Okay. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna exit, go back. I wanna exit the fort, go back to the group.
Yeah. As you are moving out, something interesting you do hear is that they do say that some of the like soldiers that are looking around are saying stuff about like an Empire spy trying to find they want to find this Empire spy.
Okay. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna go back to the group, sneak back out of the fort, meet with them, and inform them of everything I saw. Yeah, so they're unusually watchful. I mean, it's the middle of the day and they're all paying attention. Although, from what they said, I don't know if they are friendly to the Empire or not.
Well, deserters obviously wouldn't be friendly to the Empire.
But I don't know if a deserter would be worried about a spy. I mean, worrying about spies is more something you do from a position of power.
Are you saying you think they might be members of the Old Way?
I don't think so. Were these all humans, or what types of species were the soldiers?
You saw a variety of different races: humans,
Okay.
elves,
And
dwarves,
did they
gnomes.
have any specific like heraldry or flags or banners on them or on their uniforms?
No, in fact, you didn't see any sort of like markings, and it seemed like some of them might have had some on their armor, but they were painted out.
Yeah, okay. So these are probably the deserters.
I have a suggestion that we could do. I could cast message from a point where I can see one of them, but they can't see me. And I'd have to be close, within 120 feet. But if I was able to do that, I could ask, are you practitioners of the old ways? And if they don't reply yes, then we go get them, and our position isn't
Yeah,
compromised.
but I think, I mean, I didn't see any sort of religious iconography. I mean, maybe they had, if they were, and they had like a shrine tucked away in their fort. I didn't see it. But this didn't seem to me like a bunch of religious people who were sneaking out. I mean, this looked like a military operation. I mean, they had guards, they were paying attention, and like guarding things. And I mean, I didn't even do much. I only threw one grappling hook, which I'd like to get back. And they immediately noticed and they started searching the area and stuff like this.
Janice's favorite grappling hook.
Yeah.
So you think we should storm the front gate then?
Well, first of all, if we were to storm the front gate, there's a bunch of preparatory work that we could do. For example, sabotaging their heavy weaponry. The ballista that I told you about, it wasn't very well guarded. I could just walk up to it. I mean, I don't know much about mechanical contraptions like Mervyn does, but I think it would be pretty simple to break it in such a way that wouldn't immediately be noticed, but also make it completely incapable of being fired. But generally, I mean, the protection that the fort has is mostly around with mobility prevention, and I mean, we're a pretty magical and pretty flexible group of people. I think it would be possible to just climb the walls stealthily.
How spread out were their guards? Is it possible we could just stealthily kidnap them one at a time, taking them off their posts?
Well,
you don't
the
think
real
that would be possible?
yeah,
Slowest approach.
like Metal Gear Solid them one at a time. Yeah,
Have to ask.
But
you're muted, Kate.
Thank you. Well, if they're all standing in a group, then I mean, there's several things we could do as a first move.
is
Rhymes
Yeah.
with fire, ends with ball.
is there now by chance is there a moat to this fort? Is there any sort of could we get them to put the drawbridge down and I'm hiding underneath and I grab them?
One by one, we just no. Well, I think if we wanted to do a stealthy approach, Mervyn, you said that you had some sort of ability to spider climb up walls.
Yes.
Can you do that on many people at the same time?
Is this a concentration
I think
spell?
so.
It is indeed a concentration spell. I cannot do it on more than
But
one
so have
person.
multiple targets at higher levels from my.
No.
Okay.
Anlos says, are you sure this is a good idea? You're saying there's like several dozens of people there. Surely you can't take them all on. Couldn't we just talk to them?
Oh yeah.
That is an option. Diplomacy is the way.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
Go
I'd
ahead,
say
Donnie.
how if we talk to them, I think it's all about how we present ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't seem to like the Empire. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't like the Empire at all either. Like
We started a war with the Empire, so
hey,
you know.
I didn't try to start nothing. Okay, I joined this
We
very bad business,
started the
and I
war
caused
between
an
the
accident.
dwarves and the Empire. That's undeniable. We were the ones that caused the Empire to have another war going.
We
No,
don't know.
Against
didn't.
them.
Maybe we
don't
greased
know
the
if
wheels
these
by
guys are
accident,
fans
but-
of the dwarves. Like we don't know.
Well, Anlos, I wasn't suggesting a frontal assault or an assault of any sort, but if we were to go into negotiations with this group, having an information advantage would be a good start. I mean, my goal was to sneak inside the interior camp. I don't know, maybe find their general's leader and then read their letters and their mail and whatever, and then we'd know everything about these people.
I have a suggestion. If we want to talk to them, I think Donnie and Janice should walk in as a pair and talk to them. And if they end up, hostile and we want to take them down, we can do the darkness blind fighting combo
That's true.
real quick. And maybe I can be, if it's once the darkness kicks in, I'm largely useless as a sniper, but I can still, I can sneak up onto, you said there were turrets? No, not turrets. You said there were there was something for archers to stand on, right?
There on the insides of the palisades, there are towers that archers can stand on so they can look over the palisades.
Okay. Well, I can still find a purchase somewhere to sit
Yeah.
with cover and be there as guard. I don't, in my plan, there's not really a specific use for Fred, Moore, or Anlos. But I
Well, I
feel
think-
like if we want to limit the amount of people going in
Yeah.
so that they
But I
don't
mean-
feel as threatened, that I
But
think
what-
Donnie and Janice are.
Yeah. But what do we want to do? Do we want to just ask them like, hey, what's up? What are you guys doing? Do we have any specific goal? I mean, we want to find possibly some old way practitioners,
Right.
but I don't think that's very likely here. I mean, maybe we could ask these guys about their philosophical drives. Why are they deserting?
I mean, yeah, I mean, all we want to know is if they practice the older religion, or if they know anyone who practices the older religion, or just anyone who will speak freely with us, because they just all the same questions we've been asking other people. Just hopefully they will answer them. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the hope, right? That they'll know something to help Fred.
So what do? We go up to them and be like, yo, we're a chartered adventuring company, and we were walking around and we found you guys and wanted to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah. And I think we should seem as non-threatening as possible, and also have as many cards up our sleeves as possible. So I think only 2 people walking in is good. And then maybe Morton, Fred, and Anlos are like backs to the wall right at the entrance, ready to come in if need be.
Someone
Okay.
right, surely. If we're gonna ask about the old ways, I mean, shouldn't we maybe have Fred with us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's kind of
true.
odd to be like,
No,
I have a question about Dragonborn. Well, why
Yeah.
is that? Because I have a friend. He's over here. Trust me, but I need information that's sensitive. Like
That's perfect.
One-
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe okay. But 2 more things. Maybe we should wait a bit because I just snuck around their base, so they're still on alert. So if we just like show up right now, they'll be like, something is suspicious.
It'll be like that
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah.
Until
I
they
think we should-
find the person that was responsible, they're gonna be on high alert probably.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should just go.
But I mean, okay, that's one consideration. And the second is when we were in Redonia, the vice governor specifically told us that he'd sent a group of people to deal with the bandits or the deserters up north.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would be kind of embarrassing if we walked up to them and we were like, hey, what's going on? And then suddenly a Redonian strike team runs out of the woods from behind us.
Well, I'll be posted up as a sniper, and I should be seeing those people. I mean, I should see those people.
I
Hopefully.
have a question. Why are we even bothering to attack them? Because we don't know necessarily what information they have, and they outnumber us heavily. So
No, we're just prepared. We want to talk to them, but we need to be prepared in case they are immediately hostile towards us.
Yeah.
And Janice was just saying
Oh.
it sure would be awkward if we went out there to have a nice civil conversation, and then the people who were sent up here already from Redonia initiated their attack. I think if that happens, it has just been decided for us which side we're going to be on, and then
Yeah, and do you want to clarify that for the rest of the group? Just
Yeah,
so
which side you're speaking of?
whichever group of people appears to have better positioning on the given battlefield.
Yeah. Fair.
Because there's nothing wrong with joining the group of 20 and killing the ambushing group of 10. Or if the odds get set up well, and we have
I
a
mean,
nice
there
20
is something.
split,
Because like,
I
what
think-
if the Redonian attackers, one of them escapes, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, this group of very distinguishable and easily identifiable individuals help defend the fort." Like,
I don't know what you mean.
you're not
We are-
stupid.
We look like just any other adventuring company. We're a dime a dozen.
I'm
over
just
here.
gonna
I mean,
speak for
I don't know
yourself.
about you, but I look pretty unique. I'm not dime a dozen anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, pasty drow.
We
girl,
have like
yeah, real original rogue. Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I think we have a pretty good plan. Fred, Donnie, and Janet